quiet corners of cities and forests, there's a creature watching us, studying us, learning our routines, our weaknesses, and even how to live among us undetected. While we believe we're the apex species, one animal is proving we may not be as dominant as we think. It's not the lion, not the shark, not the bear. It's the raccoon, and it may be evolving to outsmart humans. With their masked faces and nimble paws, raccoons have long been considered clever scavengers. But over the last few decades, something extraordinary has been happening. Scientists and wildlife experts are noticing changes not just in raccoon behavior, but possibly in their brains. Urban raccoons aren't just surviving. They're thriving in environments we've made increasingly complex. They open latches, untie knots, lift trash bin lids, and even learn traffic patterns to cross busy streets more safely. In Toronto, researchers documented raccoons who could remember puzzle solutions for over 3 years. That kind of memory retention puts them on par with some primates. Their brains, though small, are incredibly dense. Compared to their body size, raccoons have one of the highest brain-to-body ratios in the mammal world. That dense gray matter seems to be helping them adapt, not just to nature's challenges, but to human systems like locks, doors, and even Wi-Fi-enabled trash cans. But intelligence alone doesn't tell the whole story. Raccoons are also cultural learners. In urban environments, young raccoons observe their mothers navigating neighborhoods, avoiding security cameras, and bypassing deterrents like motion-activated sprinklers. This transfer of learned behavior is exactly the kind of adaptation that drives rapid evolution. We've seen similar patterns in other animals. Crows using tools, octopuses solving mazes, elephants mourning their dead. But raccoons are different. They're not just problem solvers, they're opportunists who thrive in human chaos. Unlike wolves or bears, they don't shy away from our presence. They use it. They depend on it. Raccoons in cities like Chicago and Vancouver have even altered their sleep cycles to better match human trash schedules. They've learned to be most active when we're not looking during the late night hours when streets are quiet and garbage bins overflow. And while country raccoons may still rummage through forests, urban raccoons face entirely new challenges. They climb fire escapes, scale fences, and squeeze through pet doors to find food. They outwit bungee cords, weights, and even smart lids designed to keep them out. It's a real-life arms race between human ingenuity and raccoon determination. Scientists have begun studying urban raccoon populations more intensely. Some have found that city raccoons may already be diverging from their rural cousins in subtle but telling ways. Their problem-solving abilities are sharper. Their stress tolerance is higher. Their behaviors are more deliberate. It's evolution in real time, fueled by the environments we've created. But should we be worried? Some wildlife experts believe we're witnessing the rise of an urban superadapter, an animal that could become a permanent resident of our cities, one step ahead of our efforts to contain it. As we build smarter systems to deter them, raccoons just build better strategies to get past them. In one study, a group of raccoons was presented with increasingly complex locks on food containers. Not only did they solve every stage, but some individuals began experimenting, anticipating what kind of mechanism might come next. That's not just learning, that's reasoning. And they aren't alone. Around the globe, animals are showing signs of behavioral evolution in response to human activity. Foxes in London have developed urban-specific habits. Pigeons recognize human faces. Even wild elephants in parts of Africa are now choosing to be tuskless, a genetic adaptation against poaching. We're shaping the animal kingdom in ways we don't always see, and sometimes the animals are adapting faster than we are. But raccoons represent a special case. They're not just adjusting, they're exploiting our waste, our schedules, our technology. They use what we discard. They turn our convenience into opportunity. And in doing so, they've become one of the most successful urban mammals in North America. There's also a moral dimension to all of this. As cities expand, raccoons lose natural habitats. In many cases, we've left them no choice but to become scavengers and street-smart survivors. Their rise in intelligence may be less about dominance and more about necessity. Still, that doesn't mean there aren't consequences. Raccoons are carriers of diseases like rabies and leptospirosis. They can damage property, invade attics, and become aggressive when cornered. As they become more confident in human spaces, the potential for conflict rises. And while they may seem cute, they are wild animals, capable of biting or scratching if threatened. So how do we live with a species that's evolving in real time, right under our noses? Wildlife agencies suggest coexistence strategies, securing garbage, using raccoon-proof lids, sealing entry points in homes, and avoiding hand feeding. But if raccoons continue evolving at this rate, our best defenses today may be obsolete tomorrow. Raccoons may never replace dogs or cats as household companions, but they might just redefine what it means to be a wild animal in the 21st century. Not out in the wilderness, but right in our neighborhoods, in our parks, on our rooftops. This story isn't just about raccoons. It's about what happens when the natural world begins to catch up to us. When the intelligence we think separates us from animals starts showing up in their eyes, their paws, and their behavior. It's a reminder that evolution isn't slow, not when survival is on the line and the stakes are this high. The masked bandit, once a background character in the suburban night, may be stepping into the spotlight as one of evolution's most cunning players. And if the trend continues, the raccoon won't just be a clever nuisance. It could become the symbol of a new era, one where the smartest animal on the block isn't always human.